Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessed Onobanjo and today we are going to be talking about different things. But before then, let me quickly do a quick introduction. My name is Blessed Onobanjo, right? And this is Unfolding You, where we talk about everything healthy lifestyle, healthy connection, achieving the state of wholeness as a young woman. So today, if you are just joining me, thank you so much for coming by and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 ways life quietly changes you and you don't even notice. 5 ways that life quietly changes you and you don't even notice. If you're in your house, or I want us to do a quick test. Can you kindly stand up? Take a walk to a mirror. Look at yourself. Do you recognize who you are becoming? Ask yourself, who are you becoming? I know that the way we change, or we assume that changes or our personal changes are going to be dramatic, the kind of in a movie scene kind of way. But we have forgotten that changes happen in those little moments when you realize that you are becoming something you are not used to, or you are becoming something different from who you were before. And so it is very important that we do evaluation, we do what we call reflection on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, just so that you can connect back to the person on the inside of you, the person that you are meant to be. I know that we live in a fast-paced world and there is pressure all around, especially if you're in Nigeria. I understand what it means to be a Nigerian, and it's just, I don't want to use the word difficult, but it's actually very difficult. But then, what I'm going to be talking about today is for us to be able to know if we are actually becoming the person we want to become, or we are allowing all these situations, all these circumstances to change us from becoming the person we are meant to be, right? So have you realized that you don't, like recently, you don't even trust like you used to, you don't pray like you used to, you don't believe like you used to? Don't worry, I am going to be breaking it down for you. How life has been silently rebranding you, how life has been silently rebranding you, and you are not even aware of it. You are not paying attention, you are not even noticing, right? So the first on my list is you have become defensive without realizing it. One of the ways that life silently rebrands you is by becoming defensive without even you realizing it. Like I said, I know that a lot of things are happening, situations of life, disappointment, heartbreak. And because of all those things, you have learned to protect yourself, you have learned to put yourself first. But in as much as you are doing that, somewhere in the far corner of your mind, you are now expecting worse things to happen. You are thinking you are just being wise, or you are being cautious, or the truth is that you have built war and not boundaries. There's a difference between boundaries and war, right? I know that because people have hurt you in the past because of different challenges, heartbreaks, a lot of things, disappointment, betrayal, everything. Because of that, you have built walls, not boundaries. And the truth is that I want you to understand that not everyone is out there to hurt you. Some people really want to love you. Some people want you to connect deep to themselves, but you really cannot touch the excess of their person or the excess of their personality and their gift and timing and attention over you, because you have built, a wall around your heart. And so the person that is in you, that touches, that feels, that is soft to receive, right? That person has died. That being inside of you, you have numbed it, or it has died. So you have become defensive because you don't want to get hurt. Somebody's even trying to call your attention to your error or mistake, and then you take it as something else. So that is a sign that life is actually rebranding you and you are not aware of it. The second sign is you stop dreaming boldly. I know many of us that we dream, we always daydream. You know, you had fires in your bone, you have books you want to write, you have shows you want to do, you just have like a lot of big dreams, and before you know it, because of different things, bad people, bad interaction, bad transaction, lot of things, you start playing safe. You stop that person inside of you that wants to like risk everything, to achieve what you want to achieve. You numb that part of you that dream speaks. You numb that part of you that want to achieve certain goals, and then you start playing safe, like, okay, let me just get by. If I have what's it called, 9 to 6 job, I'm fine. If I shall have something that is coming at the end of the month, I'm okay. It's okay. I'm just fine. I don't want anybody to come and hurt me anymore, because maybe you poured money into a business and the business is not booming, the business is not flourishing. Maybe you became wrecked because of those things, and because of that, it has done something into your soul, right? I think that it is time for you to begin to check. I know that when you hope for something, it is risky. When you pour money into something that you don't know the outcome, right, and then you pour money into it, it is risky. But then, instead of you neglecting it, it is much more emptier, in life. When you don't, life becomes much more emptier when you don't have hope anymore. You don't have reason why you want to wake up the next day. It's when you don't hope, to me, how it sounds is like you don't want to wake up tomorrow. But when you have hope, right, when you have something you are thinking about, when you have something, like, you are always hopeful for the next day, because you don't know the opportunity that the next day is going to bring your way, right? But if you stop hoping, then life is silently rebranding you, and you are not paying attention to it. Something I want us to pay attention to is you become numb. Not because you don't feel, but because you feel too much. You have cried all your tears out. You have gone through so much that you have become so indifferent. It's your way of coping, of surviving, but that numbness, if you left it unchecked, it can swallow your joy too. It can swallow your joy too. I know that there's something that art season does to our hearts. It makes us feel like there's no hope. It makes us feel like, what's the essence of going further? That is what art season does to you. When you use your hard-earned money to do a business, and people squander your money and they go away with it, right? It is painful. Or when you have a friend that you invested all everything, your attention, your commitment, your loyalty, your faithfulness to that person, and the only thing they can do is to betray you. I know how it feels. It is very, very painful. But that is not the end of life. That is not the end of life. The reason why it happened, it is because it happens. I don't know. I cannot say this is the reason why it happened. But it is because you need to also learn wisdom. It's also because you need to master your discretion. It is because you need to master your intuition and all. It is not for you to become cynical. It is not for you to become skeptical. It is not for you to become someone that no longer believes in love, someone that no longer believes in people anymore. I know it is tough. Life is hard. People are not, even human beings are not helping it. People around you are not helping it. But you can choose how you respond to each situation. You are the only one that can choose how you respond to situation that happens in your life. Right. So the fourth thing I'm going to be talking about is you start matching energy instead of leading with your values, right? When I talk about matching energy, I mean that whatever it is that people brings is what you dish out, right? When people bring basketballs, you also dish out basketballs. When people, for example, let's say somebody betray you, the thing also, your response to that betrayal is also betraying them, right? That is a sign that life is actually rebranding you and you're not paying attention to it. You say that if they are cold, then you become colder. Because they are not calling, you are not going to call them either. You are not being true to yourself anymore. You are just reacting. The truth is, growth is choosing to still be you, even when others are not. The next thing is you forget that you still have a choice. This is the worst place that anyone can be. Remember that we are talking about journey into wholeness, journey into self-awareness, journey into healthy connection and healthy lifestyle. You feel like you are choosing your attitude, your mood, your energy, but even you forget that you still have a choice. You don't reflect deeply on how you want to respond to a situation, and you allow situation of life to determine your attitude and your response to it. You are forgetting that you have a choice. You have a toxic boss and you don't want to leave. For example, let's say you have a toxic boss. Your response to that toxicity is complaining, and you've forgotten that you can actually quit, you can actually resign, you can actually stop working there. You have a relationship that you are not happy with, or there's something, or there's an habit that you have that you don't like, but instead of you working towards that habit or working towards becoming better, you accept it and then you murmur, you complain about that habit. This is me telling us that you constantly have choice. Remember, always keep it in your mind that you have choice. You do have a 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 choice. You can say, if I tell you some things that have happened to me, but I still have a choice. I will go through the fire, I will come out as gold, and I will not be burnt. Yeah. So it's something that we need to pay attention to. See, life is hard, and sometimes we don't even notice when we start becoming bitter, guided, or distant. That's the sincere truth. But the most powerful thing is you can stop. You can take inventory of who you are becoming. You can choose differently. Let your scars teach you. Don't let them trap you. Let life shape you, but not adding you. Not adding you. You can choose. You can constantly choose who you want to be in all of this tough time. I know this is a tough time. Things are hard. Yeah, you get into the hand of people that are bad. You get into the hands of scammers. Your friends betrayed you. Different stuff like that. But instead of becoming cynical, instead of becoming skeptical, instead of you stop dreaming and all of those things, this is time for you to reflect and say, I know that I cannot control what people bring to me, but I can control how I respond to such things. So I hope this video really helped you, and I would like that you tell me in the comment section which of these 5 hits home for you, and if you are currently navigating any of those, and how you are currently navigating this tough season. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and share with someone you know that is trying to find themselves again. See you next time. Bye.